from a Verbier Festival performance given a decade ago now on the clarinet, and joining us now backstage, Martin Frost. Lovely to see you.
Welcome.
Great to see you too.
Now, we heard a little flavour there of just what the clarinet can do. Can we talk about this instrument, the range, the possibilities, maybe some of the surprises, things the clarinet can do that we don't always expect?
Well, it's a very flexible instrument. I think, I'm not sure if I tried a lot actually to, for example, the day, just 2 days ago when we did this Frost Interlaced, it was called, I do flageolets with sort of multiphonics, but not really multiphonics. I have this, it sounds like a saw. I have a very quick vibrato, which is made by, on the side, like zzz, and it sounds a little bit like the flageolet of a cello. So, and I was doing it with the cello. So it's, I mean, you find new colors all the time, I would say, and that's a great challenge when you play an instrument. Shaping. That's all about shaping and making colors.
Because it is an instrument that is very flexible in terms of genre as well. I'm thinking, in jazz as well. We see people like Benny Goodman equally at home in jazz as classical music. Is that something that you relate to? And somebody like Benny Goodman, is that somebody who inspires you in terms of pushing
Yeah,
boundaries?
absolutely. I go tomorrow, I go to London to do proms, and then I do, on that proms, I do Benny Goodman, or Copeland was written for Benny Goodman, and also concerto by Artie Shaw, who was another. So it's two really jazzy concerts.
And does that stretch you in a different way?
Yeah, I'm not a jazz musician, but every time I learn this kind of concerto, I study sometimes with jazz musicians to learn a little bit more about the thing. And of course, I did collaboration with jazz musicians, so I'm not unfamiliar with it.
So when we watch you play, you are a dancer as well. You're very expressive in your way of playing, and I know that you have also used choreography in some of your shows. I mean, you have studied dance in some ways.
Well, not so much in Verbier, but yes, I done pieces with choreography. I done especially one concerto written by Anders Hedborg, a Swedish composer, which I've done at least 300 times around the globe, and that was in my youth. I'm not doing it. Well, actually, I'm doing it in a residence in Hamburg next season, and I haven't decided if I should dance or not. I'm now 55, so I will. My career as a dancer is over.
But it's a very complete way of being a musician in a way. I mean, it's something you carry in your shows in general. You do so many different things.
Well, when it comes to movement and everything, it's very hard to know what you project as a musician. I think communication is everything, and collaboration is everything. But when when people say, "Oh, you're doing this and this," you almost feel embarrassed because you're not really aware. Of course, you're aware that you are communicating, like we are now. We have also body language as a conductor has a body language. But I wouldn't say that I'm aware of what I'm doing. And also, I think direction is good. Static is not good. And if you move or not, that's not really the thing. It's not so important if you move or not. Of course, sometimes it could be good to do a physical impulse for a musical result, maybe.
How does it change the music then? If you are moving or you're thinking in that way, how does it sound differently because of the way it looks?
Well, actually, I just think then, for example, if you work without a conductor, then you are communicating even more than with a conductor, because then you have a helping hand all the time. If you have not a conductor during a performance with orchestra, then of course you are forced to turn to the orchestra more in a more concrete way. But it's subtle thing. It's small, quick energy that goes between musicians, and it doesn't have to do with physical or not. It has to do with more subtle thing, I think.
But you're trying to take classical music to another level, and you're really trying to break traditional boundaries of what it is to go to a concert. Is this something? This is obviously very conscious of you. This is something you want.
I wouldn't say concert, but it's a way that I really enjoy, the conservative way of making a concert performance, like an overture, concerto, and I really enjoy listening to that. But then I get provoked because we are sort of so after everything. And I see now, for example, if you look at what I did 20 years ago, or even more, 30 years ago, I was trying things. I was doing all these boulez and Stockhausen and these experimental things, what was going on then. And And now, suddenly, chamber orchestras, musicians, they do all kinds of things. They're playing by heart and lifting each other. I was shocked when I looked it up half a year ago. What is happening? I'm getting old. And then, of course, that's a way that culture or music or whatever develops. So you can't stop the development. It just goes very slowly in classical music. But you're right. I am conscious about how to make new way for myself into the future, and I'm forced to do it because I that's the way you work as a musician. Even if you are, I mean, doesn't matter if you are Miles Davis or if you are a classical musician, whatever you have to open new doors to the future.
Does it bring a new public? Do you see a new public coming in for you?
I have a very mixed audience, always.
Okay.
Doesn't matter if I play in Berlin or Paris, in London. I have a very mixed audience, always, I see. And that's good.
Yes,
I think
fantastic.
I don't really appreciate if only 15 years old people comes or 85, but the mix is good.
Yes.
For the audience as well. I think they are, then that has also to do with communication. It's good to have this big span of audience.
Yeah.
Do you think attitudes to classical music have changed then in these years that you've been working? It's interesting you touch on the sort of the avant-garde composers earlier on.
Well, yeah, I
Have
think,
attitudes
I
changed?
mean, I don't feel that I'm so important. It's stupid to say you are important for the development, but if I think that, okay, what do you like to have achieved? What do you like to be remembered for? If you are a part, it's a very small part maybe, but the wind that changed a little bit direction, I'm very happy for that. If I have been a small part of that development, which I think I have. But I mean, big or small, that's not important. You just have to contribute as good as you can.
So I know you're extremely busy, and we're very lucky to have you here. Are you a workaholic?
Yes, definitely. but that's not a good thing. I mean, it's really, no. And I'm thinking about it a lot. Thank you for bringing it up. I will keep on thinking about it.
So
To balance things.
in a place like Verbier, do you have time in the diary? Do you make time in the diary to enjoy the mountains, enjoy Verbier?
Not this time, because I'm here so short. I was supposed to be here much longer, but I now go to London, as I said, to play there. And then actually after that I have holidays. And I will go back to Sweden because we bought a chapel, a church, which we have now restored to a summer house and a concert hall. So I'm making my recordings there.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like a place of relaxation completely. You don't quite switch off. Even there, you've made it a performance space.
Yeah, but it is a it's a fantastic relaxation for us. So
Are you going to sleep in the chapel as well?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
really a
It's a
summer house,
house.
and in the middle it has a big room or a big hall. So I already did one recording there, my Bach album coming out in a month. And that was also very nice. We were all staying there and sleeping together and eating together and playing together. It's nice.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much, Martin,
Thank you
Cruz,
for having me.
coming.
Thank you.
And good luck
Yeah,
with
good luck with
everything.
the next concert.
Yes.
Great.
Much to look forward to.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.